Boston Bruins fans across the Maritimes would recognize this name because he's not only one of the most durable players of his era, he went on to senior success in various senior hockey leagues in the Maritimes. We'll get into that a little bit very soon. So this is, again, another Travis Cook request. Thank you, Travis, for this. So we're going to talk about Flemming Mackell. Now, Flemming David Mackell, born April 30th, 1929 in Montreal, Quebec, was a high-level forward for a number of years before turning pro. Now, he got his big start in the St. Michael's program, which was the major affiliate for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, he did play with the Montreal Junior Royals for 9 games in the 45 season, or the QJHL. He had 3 goals in 9 contests and 5 points in the playoffs. But with St. Mike's, he had 2 very strong seasons, 2 point a game pace in his first season in 46, then a 3 point a game pace in the second season. Now, in 46, he had 25 goals in 24 games, and in 47, he had 49 goals in a regular season, 10 in the playoffs, and 15 more in the Memorial Cup playdowns. So he was a scoring specialist from the moment he hit the OHA. Now, he started his NHL career again with the Leafs in 1947-48. He had 3 games in a regular season. He did have some seasoning with the Pittsburgh Hornets in 48 with 22 goals in 62 games. Now, 49, he split time between the Hornets and the Leafs, but by the 1950 season, he had a regular turn with Toronto finally, with 7 goals and 13 assists in 20 games. Now, 51-52 were 2 more years with the Leafs, but he ended up being traded by Toronto to the Bruins for young defenseman Jim Morrison. Now, in Boston, he really hit his stride. He attained first All-Star team status for the 53 season. Now, get this, playing center, because he was playing the wings a little bit when he was younger, but he predominantly made the center's position. Now, he's playing on a very talented line with Ed Sanford and Johnny Pearson. Now, Flem won the Elizabeth C. Dufresne Trophy in 53, award annually to the outstanding Bruins players on the Bruins home ice, similar to the Molson Cup or the Molson Tree Stars for the Canadian teams. Now, he was named an alternate captain of the Bruins at 55. Now, Flem quickly became a mainstay of Boston's big offense of the late 50s. In 57, he centered a line composed of that great veteran Cal Gardner and Rookie of the Year and very underrated Calder Trophy winner Larry Regan. Now, along with later Bruins linemate Don McKenney, Flemming led all scorers during the epic 57-58 playoffs. In the spring of 59, he led the Bruins against the Rangers on an exhibition tour of Europe. Now, he was considered a rugged, hard-charging playmaker with a razor-sharp skating style, and he was well known for potting in that famous side-of-the-net style that Steve Shutt and others perfected in the 1970s and 80s. Now, Flem frequently played at left wing, principally with Don McKenney and Jerry Topazzini, a trio whose production matched the output of the vaunted Uke line, along with his regular position at center. Now, Flemming often assumed a defensive checking role as well, and he was the catalyst of the short-lived hustle line in the 1960 season. Upon his retirement from the Bruins in NHL at the conclusion of the 60 season, Flemming played briefly as player-coach for the Aces of the AHL in Quebec in 1961. Now, he did approach the Red Wings for a tryout in September 61 and did appear in some exhibition games, but did not make the big club. Now, his connection to hockey is quite interesting. He's the son of former NHL player Jack Mackell of the original Ottawa Senators. Now, his daughter Joanne is also a country rock singer based in Toronto. Unfortunately, Flem died on October 19, 2005, but again, his legacy follows. But when I was saying he failed in a tryout for getting back to the NHL, he did find a place with the LA Blades of the WHL in 63, where he scored 10 goals. Now, the new Glasgow Rangers of the NSSHL brought him online in his second season after a short stint in 64 was totally tremendous. 124 points, ladies and gentlemen, in 57 games, including 49 goals. Now, in the Quebec Senior League, he had 20 games with St. Hyacinthe Saints in 66 with 10 goals in 20 games, including 14 points in the playoffs. And he wrapped up his major senior, or what you call high minor pro senior, with the St. John Capitals, a very, very underrated squad, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of story about the Capitals of that generation, 1968, and he ended up 11 goals, 19 assists for 30 points. But for me, I look at his career with Boston, and for me, his big season was 58, because he had 60 points in a regular season and 19 points, ladies and gentlemen, Montreal Canadiens style numbers in the playoffs in 12 games. So, total NHL stats: 665 games, 149 goals, 369 points. And he really shot in the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. There's some campaigns he was averaging between 0.7 and 1 point per game. 80 games, 63 points, including 22 goals. So that's the legend of Fleming, or Flem Mackell. And don't forget, sometimes when the NHL career ends, players like that continue to process talent in other associations, because you don't have to tell them where to go. And you look at Bill Lee for baseball coming to Moncton. So him playing in the Maritime and Quebec Senior leagues, he was more than welcome, because anytime a former NHLer suited up, North Shore Senior League was like that when I was covering it. That's something that draws the fans. And he was a draw, ladies and gentlemen. Very positive, very, very popular in the old Boston Garden. And, the only problem is he never won a cup, because Montreal and Detroit was too strong in the 1950s. Have a good day. Bye.